Hello and welcome to a very special Drag Race UK versus the World live stream here on The Mirror. My name is Ryan Wilks and today I'm joined by the incredibly talented queen. It is Janey Jacke. Hey Janey.
Hi, so nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. How do you feel after last night's elimination? You should be so proud of making it to the semi-finals.
I am so proud of myself. I'm so grateful. I had an amazing time. I think my exit is so Miss Universe worthy. I cannot say anything else, and I'm just very grateful.
It was great to see you just be like, you know what? I'm happy. I like made it onto the show, and you shouldn't cry, Juju. Like it was great to see that you were just so happy to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's also we realize the game we're playing, and my sisters are playing the game, and for that I respect them and I appreciate them. And I can only look back at my journey on Drag Race and think of the proud things that I did, and I'm bringing home a badge. I was in the top twice. I got to showcase this Dutch drag. So yeah, I was really satisfied. I think the word is, the choice has been made. I can't change it, but I'm happy.
Yeah, you should be so proud of yourself. You absolutely
Thank
killed
you.
it, and I loved seeing you on the show.
Yay.
So
Thanks
I
so
want
much.
to bring this back to when you first received this call, Jenny, to compete. How did it feel knowing that you were going to go and represent your whole country? Was that like amazing? How was that?
It was a little surreal at times. They called me and I was obviously so excited to do All Stars. So I literally begged everybody to get me an All Stars. So it felt a little surreal that knowing that I was going to represent my whole country. But at the same time, I've been working in my country for so long and I know I make them so proud and they would be so supportive of me. So I was just so ready to go for it and show everything and also introduce a little bit more of Dutch drag to the world. Yeah, without the subtitles, obviously.
Definitely. And it's just great to know that you're representing your own country, but doing it so flawlessly. Like the looks that you brought, how you present yourself in the challenges. You're such a good representation of like Drag Race Holland. And I loved you on that show as well. Like you were incredible.
Thank you. I mean, there are moments in the show where I look back at the episodes and I'm like, Jade, you were, because it was so short behind each other, I was like, you were so focused and you wanted to be so professional that sometimes you need to learn to let go a little and
Yeah.
just smile and have a good time. And obviously, I had a great time and I really enjoyed, but I can really tell I was so focused to be there and I didn't want to not be off guard, but I just really wanted to make everybody proud.
Definitely. And you should be proud of yourself. Like I said earlier,
Yeah,
like you
thanks.
did a really great job.
Thank you. I am very proud. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you first received the call also, who did you think that you would be competing with? Was there like any guesses? Were you thinking, okay, I'm going to be seeing this name and this name? Like, who were you thinking you were going to be there with?
I wasn't sure. For sure I was hoping that it wouldn't be another Dutch girl because I was like, let me be the only one carrying this one for now. I knew for a fact that it would be Drag Race UK season 1, obviously because not all of the seasons were aired and we never saw Australia and Spain in these seasons. So there were queens. I thought like Davina was gonna be there. I was hoping Blue was gonna be there. For sure, Cheryl was very potential to be there. But I also, because there's so many spoilers on Reddit and all these things, and the fans really get into it. And I really, truly, not gonna lie, really blocked myself from all the spoilers because I really wanted to be surprised in the moment and not be too, too busy with like, oh, who would be there, because it can be a little scary, intimidating, but at the same time distracting.
Definitely. And I always wonder, like, do the queens sit there and have a little scroll through Reddit? Because I spoke to Pangina, and Pangina was like, oh, I was there watching the videos and everything. Like, I needed to know what I was going into. So it's great to know your stance on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, she never competed, so I think for her it was also a different way of, wanting to prepare mentally to go in there. I kind of knew what it was standing in the workroom, or in this case on stage, and having queens walk in and having the reaction and knowing what it is. So I also really love the show so much for that moment. So I really want to, as well as compete, experience in the way that I love it.
Yeah, it must be such an exciting experience to not only go through like the casting process, but also to
Yeah,
be your first day, meet the cast, and meet people that you've never competed with before. In this instance, like
definitely.
this has been so exciting.
And looked up to in so many ways and for so many years. It's like I've really been following Juju since season 2, and and Mo for all of our iconic moments, and Drag Race UK season 1 was so iconic. And yeah, so it was just really exciting to meet these legends.
Definitely. And we have a comment from Mitch here saying, can you tell Janey that I loved her on Drag Race UK? And then the exit made him cry, actually.
Oh, babe, but I didn't cry. You don't have to cry either. It's completely fine. This is not the end, babe. Like when you don't win a season like this, it means that you just don't have a story ending to your story. Jujubee told me this as well, and there's so many more things coming, and I have so many great projects coming. I'm dropping my single on Friday, and there's so many great things that I'm going to show you that is going to make you cry from happiness rather than sadness.
Exactly. I will definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited.
Yay.
So, when you were preparing for the show, Janey, what was your main stress going into this competition? Would you say it was competing in front of Rue and Michelle for the first time? Or would you say it was like competing with queens from other countries? What would you say your biggest stress was going into this process?
Well, definitely stress number one was being in a full lockdown yet again. Preparing for a season like this is just really hard, and it just really puts a lot of stress and extra pressure on what you're trying to do. I was not as stressed to meeting Rue. I was more stressed to meeting Michelle because I know she likes to go in and she likes to give some opinions there. But it obviously also makes you stronger and better as a person. I There were moments, like there were a few challenges that I knew were gonna come, like a reading challenge or snatch game, things that I knew other girls have been doing more on multiple seasons. For example, if they would competed on multiple things, I was gonna be like, oh, if they are experienced, that's gonna be a little bit scary. But I like to take things as they come and as they go, and try not to get too much in my head about it. But I mean, yeah, it's stressful in general preparing for these things.
Yeah, and you should be proud of the fact that you actually like prepared for this show in a lockdown. Like the looks that people brought for this show and made them, like even some of them made themselves. It's like, how did you go through that in a lockdown? It's like crazy, but you should be proud because it was
Thing.
outstanding.
We also don't sometimes know how we actually did it. We're just like,
Yeah,
I guess we did it.
definitely. So you turned look after look on the main stage journey. What would you say your favourite look was on the runway, or is it still to come next week when you return for the finale?
Oh, it's definitely not next week for the finale. I love it. Look, it's beautiful, but it wasn't my favorite. I think my Marilyn that I did in this week's episode, I really loved. The trench coat was made by Mama Queen from my first season, which I just really adore, and I adore her work. And I think that we really created a beautiful moment with that Marilyn. Many more photos coming, guys. Please keep an eye out. And the thing was is like the looks that I doubted the most about, for example, the Vegas, because I thought it was too campy. Michelle loved it, and she was complimenting it so much. So in the end, when I was reshooting everything, I was like, oh, I did really great looks. I loved my entrance look. I loved my beautiful red gown. I would wear most of my looks really, really again. So and especially the ones that you get the most insecure about are usually the ones that people love more.
Yeah, and it's like you say, in the sense of you were going into it thinking, "Oh, I'm not sure about this one," but then the judges have a completely different stance on it. So it's great to know that
Yeah.
that it can like and ah about outfits. That's really really great. So in this week's challenge, you were judged by none other than Jade Thirlwall from Little Mix. Like amazing.
I
How did
love
that
her so
feel?
much.
And also, was there like any unseen moments that didn't make it to air where you can like reveal that to us about your encounter? Because it must have been really exciting.
It was really exciting because I've been a fan from of Little Mix for such a long time, and I've been to the concerts and like and dancing and singing to every single song. So knowing she was coming put that extra pressure on, and I've never ever recorded anything in my life, so I felt really like, oh, the pressure is on and she's going to be looking at me. And then obviously I wasn't the greatest. She really complimented my jacket when I walked on. That didn't make the cut, but that was really cute. But I also didn't save any footage. They put all of the footage in when I was recording, and she was like, "Oh, you chose to sing. Interesting. Yeah, I might have set myself up there a little bit." But she was very sweet and very helpful. Very understanding of what I was going through, and she really tried to push me through it. Was it my best moment? No. Did I have time to work on my vocal? Yes. Am I dropping a single on Friday? Yes, I am. We're doing it again.
It's it was a moment when you went in there and then Jade was like, okay, maybe you should have had a little think about this.
She was like,
It's
maybe you just want to talk next time or wrap it out a little bit. But then again, in the edit, it sounds phenomenal. So
exactly. Like
there we
they
go.
always do that. They always trick people into thinking like, is Janey gonna bomb this? And then it comes out and you're like, she turned it. Like,
Right.
so
Which I
it's a
love.
trick.
A queen is nothing without the auto tune.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
You know,
Rue's the same. So,
some of them, right? But some of them can really actually sing and are
Mhm,
amazing. But yeah, we're just not great at every single aspect of this show. You know, we live and we learn, and I'm learning.
for sure. So, what would you say your favorite challenge was, Jenny? I loved seeing you in the Rusical, as Mamma Mia is one of my personal faves. What would you say was your favorite challenge to do?
I always love a musical. I always love a musical, not just because I'm exceeding in both of them. I love doing a musical. I love doing the production. The thing for me was that I really wanted to exceed at was doing the sewing challenge because I didn't do one in Drag Race Holland. So I was hoping that would come up, and I really prepared for it. And then it was my first time ever really sewing a garment that I would wear in front of people. And obviously, you know, I struggled with my first fabric, and Mo was kind of like, baby, you already chose these other two fabrics that you didn't work with, but you chose them and they're on your table. It's a sign. Do this, you know, take that moment. And I obviously won with it, which was just a validation, and I loved it. So those were my two favorite challenges this time around. I'm not the biggest fan on acting challenges like Snatch Game and doing those type of things or singing, but I'm happy to learn for sure.
And it's great to see you return and kill it again in a Rusical. It's like you are the
Thank
queen of Rusicals, I'd say.
With
So,
so little makeup, both times, so little makeup, and I'm like, well, there we go.
like, if they brought you back again, I hope it's going to be like episode 1 Rusical because
Rusical. That'll just be my talent show, Rusical.
exactly. So, what would you say in terms of the whole competition in general was your favorite part? Was it like first day or was it the last episode? What was your favorite day on set, would you say?
I mean, I think it would be episode 2 because in episode 1, a lot of the queens just, you know, underestimated me a little bit and didn't expect too much from me. And then in episode 2, I really got to show them that, you know, I'm a fierce bitch, and you really have to watch out for me. I'm a fierce competitor in this competition. So that felt really great for me in that moment in the workroom. But altogether, there were a lot of amazing moments with all the girls all together, working on challenges or preparing and dividing the roles. You know, the mirror conversations are always really good, and you learn a lot from each other. So yeah, but you know, it just feels good to set the record straight for yourself and be like from bottom to top. That was a great day of filming.
Definitely. And I'm just so happy that you even made this cast because the cast was stellar, like to say
Thank
the least.
you. It is, and you know, the format is, it's not easy. It's not an easy show, and especially with the girls eliminating the girls, you know, it's you know, we go in.
Definitely. So I want to take a moment to talk about the lip sync of the season, I personally say. As yours with Pangina to I Like to Party by the Venk Boys. Have they reached
Right.
you? Because it was a moment and you ate up the dance floor. It was incredible.
It was really fun. Like when I heard the song, I was like, "Oh my God, these are Dutch legends. I cannot wait. I hope I get this song." And then obviously, me and Pangina were in the top, and we were so honored to do that song, and it was really fun. And we even had some of the same dance moves at the same time, totally unrehearsed. So it's one of those moments where things just come together and they work. You know, it's the universe telling you, and it just works out well. And um, you know, we even gave it a little name, and it's like everybody's doing the choreography, and it's just really fun to as well to see an iconic song like that just relive a little bit. And but we still have a few lip syncs to come though, so we don't know if it's the most iconic one, but
We'll see.
we'll
It-
see.
It's, it's funny, like when you're like I go on Instagram and like I check your stories and stuff, and then I see like people in the club like doing the
Oh my
moves
God.
at the same time. It's so funny.
It's people tagging me, it's little kids who are having great parties, but it's also me and Pangina tagging each other in every story where we do it all over the world. And I like I said, I'm in the middle of my UK tour, and if I do other songs on other choreography, they love it. They're having
Mhm.
a great time. They're living for the show. But I can just tell people are just waiting for me to do this one. They are just waiting for it.
It's so great. So to wrap this up, Janie, if UK vs. the World was to return for season 2, which other one of your Drag Race Holland sisters would you like to see there?
There are a few. I would definitely like to see girls from season 1 come back. Chelsea Boy and Cedrine. I think they're really talented artists. Mama Queen, please go. You know, she has such a great story to tell. Definitely from season 2, Kata Minaj. She was very wrongfully eliminated. Very strong queen. Puni, my little Puni, as being the runner-up in my position. I think that's a great position to be in to start an All Stars or UK versus the World season. So yeah, let the girls come back. But in the end, they're all really talented in their own special way. So for all of them to come back, it would be appreciated for them to have an invitation, girl.
Yeah, they definitely deserve a shot. So I would like to thank you so much for your time today, Janey. It's been lovely speaking to you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you all tune in next week for the finale, and we will be interviewing the winner. Janey, who are you rooting for?
I will be rooting for Blue Hydrangea this time around. Let's go for it. I think they all deserve to win. I think they all have something special to bring, but I especially love her journey and love her personality and everything that she's bringing and can bring to this crowd. So
we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.